Alright, we got about 3 minutes till market opens. We're currently back into that new week opening gap we had this week. I'm just waiting for, if we want to go take buy side, I want to see this level down here actually get taken. If we can come all the way down and close that new week opening gap completely, the bottom of this shaded area, then I would look for some type of manipulation down here at the lows and then take that back up here. I think we've got a lot of room to the upside as far as rebalancing to an inefficiency or equilibrium of this range. We've got an hourly fair value gap right here that I would like to see tapped into, as well as this 4 hour that we have yet to take. We're just going to kind of be patient this morning. We're going to wait for price to set up, tell us what it wants to do, and yeah, that's the plan for today. Do have an hourly gap we could expect price to drop down into. ES has officially closed the new week opening gap. We tapped in that 1 hour fair value gap. ES finally closed that new week opening gap. We have a change in the state. Small SMTs at the lows. We just blew through an inverse fair value gap. I think if we get a retest back into either that inverse or if this gap stays open that we just created, I like to take longs, stops at the lows, and take it up back to the highs. We do have that buy side level up at the top that I would like to see price get back up into. We're just going to be patient and allow price to tell us when to enter. Let's try, we'll throw our stops down here at these lows. A little bit wider than I wanted, but I think it's valid. We're going to take it back up. I think our first scale would probably be around here. I'm going to keep an eye out for how price reacts to this fair value gap. If we blow right through it, then I probably will get out before we hit our stop, just because we'll be disrespecting a bullish PD array. There's our first one. We're going to put our stop at break even and then put our final TP up here, this buy side level. So I'm going to adjust my stop though to the bottom of this 1 minute fair value gap just in case. Alright, and that got us out. I think it's still valid. I think we could still make it to this buy side level up here. It did chop around for a bit longer than I wanted, but overall it was a decent trade. We're up on the day, so can't complain. Alright, so the reason I took the trade was because we had come down to this 1 hour fair value gap after we had closed this new week opening gap. On the S&P 500, we had also closed that new week opening gap. So then after we had that, I was looking for some type of manipulative move, and that would be the SMT at those lows. Now, it was a very small SMT, but it was still valid. We made a lower low on ES when NQ did not. We then had a change in the state of delivery, which is a close above the most recent series of down close candles, that level right there. After we displaced above, we actually went and displaced above this inverse fair value gap, and then whenever we pulled back into it, as well as the fair value gap we created on our way up, that's when I entered. My first target was this high. Final TP was going to be this buy side level up here. However, we had our trailing stop get hit before that could happen. I think it could still definitely happen. We just had our stop below this fair value gap that we created, and it seems like price came down and took out a bunch of people's stops. So that was a liquidity sweep right there before we take off and continue this larger move. However, I decided to go ahead and throw my stop there. I didn't feel like risking or giving back too much profits. You know, hindsight, I guess I should have put it a little bit lower, but what are you going to do? That'll do it for today. I'm up $336 on the day, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow.